guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be shopping my stash and filling up my bi-weekly makeup basket. Oftentimes I will do this where I basically hold the camera and show you my drawers and whatnot as I go through them, but today it's like 10:30 at night. I forgot that I was going to film this today because I do them every 2 weeks. I sometimes lose sight of which week I'm on. And so I've just pulled everything and I'm just going to show it to you. So let's do this. I'm having an off makeup day. I just am. I knew I wanted to do yellow eyeliner and I have said yellow eyeliner. This one is from Black Up. I have two of their other ones. I have a navy blue one and a cobalt. I absolutely love them. There's no patchiness. They are vivid. They're bright. They're amazing. Not liking the yellow. I wanted bright, bold yellow, and that is what this looks like. It is going to promise, except you can see it dries like 5 shades darker. So I have this like goldenrod looking color going on here, where really what I want is like sunshine. First world problem, I understand, but it was frustrating. It's also like 5 layers of eyeliner on there, so I can actually feel it like tightening up. So overall, not a fan of the yellow one from Black Up, which I'm very disappointed about. And then I didn't know what lipstick to pair it with, and now I feel like maybe the orange is just like way too much, but we're all friends here, right? Like just kind of throw me a bone. I got like the fun bun going on and it's late at night, so it is what it is. So now that I've complained, let's get into the products that I'm going to be using for the next 2 weeks. So as usual, I start with my base products. So primer, foundation, concealer. I am, as you probably all know by now, trying to get through all of my mini primers and mini foundations. So it should be no surprise that I've picked a mini primer to focus on. This one is from Nude by Nature. It is their Perfecting Primer. That is what I have on my skin today, along with some concealer under the eyes. I don't have any foundation going on or anything like that, and I feel like my skin actually looks pretty good with just this primer on it. So here's hoping that on days when I really just cannot be bothered to put foundation on, this will help to blur any imperfections and add a little bit of luminosity to my skin. For foundation, I have 3. So one is the NARS Sheer Glow. It is almost done. There is just a very, very tiny little bit at the top here. I'm thinking I probably have 2 wears out of this, maybe 3, but more likely 2. And then it's going to be all done. So I have picked 2 other minis. This one is from Cover FX. It is the Power Play Foundation. I don't think I've ever even tried it, but I know it's going to be far too light for me. So I have the Fenty Pro Filter in 300 to mix in with it and hopefully create a shade that works for my skin tone. For concealer, I have, spoiler alert, finally finished my last sample concealer that I had. So now I get to play with my full-size ones. And the one that I brought out to play around with for the next 2 weeks is from Kat Von D. It is the Lock-It Concealer. I have had this for longer than I care to admit. You can tell because it's in like super old packaging. Pretty sure I bought it on sale like whenever it was, at least a year, and I have no idea if I even like this. So what I plan to do when I'm doing these these bi-weekly makeup baskets is much the same approach as I was taking with the minis. Basically, if I'm not loving it, it can go into a declutter pile. I feel like I just said declutter pile. Particularly something like this that I know is old and has to be approaching its expiration, if not well past it. Let's just test it out and I will see if I actually like it. If I do, I will probably keep it. If you've watched any of my videos, I seem to kind of like laugh in the face of expiration dates because I have lipsticks that are like well beyond. And as long as they don't smell bad or have like some weird residue on them, I tend to just like go for it. So I'm going to give this one a test, and if I don't like it within the 2 weeks that I'm playing with it, out it goes. To set those products into place, I'm going to use my Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder because it's my favorite and I feel like having a powder that I love. So here it is. For contour, I feel like I'm never actually going to get through this entire pan in the Smashbox step-by-step contour trio here. Is that what it's called? Yeah, contour palette. But I'm getting really darn close, like really close. So I'm just going to keep chipping away at it and eventually it's going to end, right? Like eventually. So I'm getting so close to it. For actual bronzer, I'm going to use the Hoola Light. This is one of those weird products which honestly looks like it's not going to do anything, and yet it is perfect for me. This is what I'm wearing today, and it looks like it's going to be like a setting powder. Like it really honestly looks like there's no way that that's a bronzer, and yet for somebody as light as me, it really does work as a bronzer. It's not obviously too orange or anything like that. It's quite subtle, but you can see that it actually does add that depth that you'd look for in a bronzer. And so that is one that I really, really do enjoy. And now that I'm back to basically my normal skin tone, it is working for me. I know that they recently came out with a Jumbo Hoola bronzer. I wish that they would come out with a Jumbo Hoola Light. Also wish, like, honestly, just keep it in the plastic packaging. I can live with that. I don't like the great big bulky box. Like, put it in not a box. For blush, I've only pulled one out, although, like, I don't have, like, hard and fast rules when it comes to this for me. It's not like if I'm wearing something that would be better suited for a pinky blush, I can't reach into my drawer and grab one. But for the purposes of the actual makeup box that I keep all of these products in, I'm going to be using Luminoso. This one is from Milani. It is cult classic. People on YouTube used to talk about it all the time. Don't really hear people talk about it anymore, but there it is here. It's just a nice, I don't want to say shimmery peach, but it's got like a luminosity to it. Like it's beautiful. I did have this in a project pan about a year ago trying to get through it, so it is quite flat on the top. That's not really the focus, but I haven't used it in ages, and so I thought I'd bust it out and give it some love. For highlighters, I did bring out two. They are both Sin from Urban Decay, but one is in powder form and one is in liquid form. Again, this is one of those products that I want to give it a real go and see if I like it, because it has been holding up real estate in my drawer for ages, and it's just something that I keep overlooking. So I think if I kind of force the issue, put it in the box, and it's right there front and center every day, I will actually remember to use it, and then I can see if it's something that I want to spare from a declutter or not. But on days when I don't want to deal with a liquid highlighter, that's where this one comes in. I do love this highlighter. You can see I've hit pan in it. It's just beautiful. Again, it's one of those products that's like perfect for my skin tone. It is a nice champagne-y highlight without being overly obnoxious or anything like that. There's absolutely no glitter in it. It blends out beautifully. I find that it has a really good like lifetime longevity on the skin. It lasts a long time on the skin. Oh my god. So I'm going to put that one in the box as well. For an eye primer base, For an eyeshadow primer, I'm going to take a break from the minis and I'm going to reach for my CoverGirl Lid Lockup, if only because it has a doe foot and I just want something other than a squeezy tube. So there is the doe foot applicator. I have used this a few times in the past and I have no complaints about it, so I look forward to a different application method. For eyeshadow itself, of course, the Tartelette in Bloom palette is going in there because I am trying to pan it. I'm not going to show you because there is some noticeable differences in there, but that one just has a permanent residence in my makeup basket at this point. But I'm also going to add the Sweet Talk palette from ColourPop because I love it. I am absolutely in love with this. I think it's just stunning and gorgeous. And I think the shades that are in here can also work well with some of the shades that are in the Tarte palette, so I can sort of mix and match back and forth and just get some additional wear and have a few more creative options this way. Additionally, I have a liquid eyeshadow, and this one is from Milk. This one is in the shade After Party, and it's just a really pretty metallic pink shade. I have shown it before in a recent video, but there it is there. And I can see this working really well with some of the more rosy tones in the Tarte lip palettes. So that one's going in the basket as well. For eyebrows, I have the Revlon Color Stay Brow Mousse. It's a weird product. Like, it's a really weird product. The applicator is really weird. So I want to give it a good, like, the good old college try. There it is here. The product like twists up and comes out of like 2 holes, and then you have to like move it around. I remember thinking it was going to look atrocious, but it actually really wasn't that bad. So I haven't used it in ages. I'm going to use it for the next 2 weeks at least. For mascara, I have the Stila Huge Extreme Lash Mascara. I really do like this one, and I'm looking forward to using it for the next couple of weeks. Eyeliner, I just kind of give myself the free run of them all, but if I am looking for a brown pencil, it's going to be the Urban Decay one that I've been working on. This is in the shade Stag. Setting spray. I did finish my Urban Decay Chill setting spray. So this one is the Cover FX High Performance Setting Spray. For the life of me, I don't remember buying this. Maybe it was gifted to me. I don't remember how this came to be in my collection, but here it is. And it's like completely full, so I'm going to give that one a try. And then finally, perfume samples. I have Woman by Ralph Lauren and Agia Blossom from Erin. So I'm going to focus on those two. And that is it. That is my makeup basket for the next 2 weeks. If you've used any of these products, particularly the liquid highlighter, and you have any tips or tricks on how to best apply that, please let me know. Because I feel like I don't use it because I don't really know how to use it. Also, if you know of a bright ass yellow liquid eyeliner that is actually bright ass yellow, please let me know because I am on the hunt for one, since the Black Up one is not a bright ass yellow. Alright, and having said all that, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and I will see you in my next video. Until then, just be a decent human being. Bye for now.